Right now, people are calling me out in real life. Don't ever disrespect me. Yeah, me. No way, Jimmy. Oh my God, bro. Are you kidding me? Come out here. They just uncovered tunnels underneath Diddy's house. Is that true? Meek Mill, who was once rumored to be one of Diddy's closest confidants, has reportedly distanced himself from the music mogul. But that's not all. He also fueled speculation by referencing Diddy's alleged underground tunnels, which have become a major focus of discussions surrounding the investigations tied to his alleged freak-off parties. Adding even more intrigue, Diddy's Los Angeles mansion sits just minutes from the Playboy Mansion, a property long surrounded by stories of underground tunnels dating back decades. Coincidence? Many fans don't think so. Some have claimed the tunnels from Diddy's property connected to Hugh Hefner's estate. They point out that the famous grotto and underground features existed long before Diddy purchased the home. Others reference allegations involving the Playboy Mansion, where many of the accusations against Bill Cosby were said to have originated, along with long-standing claims that Hugh Hefner had cameras installed throughout the property. Some have even questioned whether similar recordings involving Cosby ever existed. Others argue that if authorities truly intended to take down powerful figures, they would have done so decades earlier, during the late 80s or early 90s, rather than waiting until now. The story takes another turn with Diddy's Los Angeles mansion being listed for $61 million just days before his September 2024 arrest, sparking widespread speculation about the timing. Some online questioned whether the sale was an attempt to move assets before his legal troubles escalated. As people examined the property more closely, they noticed it sits near the former Playboy Mansion and several celebrity homes, including Kylie Jenner's. That proximity reignited decades-old stories about the Playboy Mansion's alleged underground tunnels. Reports dating back years claimed the estate once had tunnels connecting nearby celebrity homes, although those claims remained disputed despite renovation blueprints surfacing in the 2000s. With Diddy's mansion located so close, speculation has continued. However, there is currently no public evidence linking his property to any confirmed tunnel network. Some commentators point to blueprints they claim show tunnels connecting the Playboy Mansion to the homes of celebrities like Warren Beatty, Jack Nicholson, and James Caan. According to those reports, researchers working on Playboy's history discovered old construction photographs. After speaking with the mansion's general manager, they began investigating further and eventually found blueprints stored in a basement vault. The blueprints reportedly showed tunnel connections between the Playboy Mansion and neighboring celebrity homes. Some even joked that moving into the neighborhood came with direct underground access to Hefner's parties. According to those same reports, the tunnels remained in use until the mid-1980s before eventually being sealed after Hugh Hefner remarried. Adding to the speculation, some reports have claimed Diddy's Los Angeles mansion includes underground passageways accessible from the pool area. Following the March 2024 federal raids, outlets including Fox News discussed those reported features. However, the purpose of any such passageways has never been publicly confirmed, and no evidence has connected them to the allegations against Diddy. Claims about underground tunnels resurfaced after online personalities discussed what they described as an underwater swimming tunnel leading to a grotto beneath the mansion. Some alleged it connected to the Playboy Mansion, though no evidence currently supports that claim. What has been confirmed is that Diddy's property reportedly includes a pool with an underwater swimming tunnel. While there is no verified connection to the Playboy Mansion, many continue drawing comparisons because of the long-standing tunnel rumors surrounding Hefner's estate. Reports from years ago described alleged tunnel plans connecting celebrity homes, including those of Jack Nicholson, Warren Beatty, and Michael Jackson. According to People magazine, those tunnels were sealed during the 1980s. Whether people believe those stories or not remains a matter of personal opinion. The Playboy Mansion itself has long been surrounded by rumors involving secretive parties and hidden activities, although many of those claims remain disputed. Some reports have also alleged that records from that era were later destroyed, fueling even more speculation. Diddy purchased his Los Angeles mansion in 2014, leading some online to question whether he knew about its reported underground features. While there is no public evidence that anything illegal occurred within those passageways, rumors have linked them to his alleged. Every few months, a new story starts making the rounds online. A celebrity's mansion has secret tunnels. A group of powerful people are connected through some hidden network. And within days, millions of people are watching, sharing, and debating something that started as a single post with no real evidence behind it. So why do these stories spread so fast? And why do so many of us want to believe them? Let's start with the tunnel story, because it's one of the most common shapes a conspiracy theory can take. A celebrity gets arrested or falls from grace. Someone notices their house is near another famous property with a colorful history. Old blueprints or renovation photos surface, real or not, and suddenly there's a narrative. Powerful people, moving unseen, connected by something literally underground. It's a simple image, and that simplicity is exactly why it works. You don't need to understand court filings or legal procedure to picture a tunnel. Anyone can imagine it. That's the first ingredient in almost every viral conspiracy theory, a visual that does the explaining for you. Complex, messy real-world situations, lawsuits, financial records, years of institutional failure don't lend themselves to a single striking image. A secret passage does. Our brains are wired to remember and share stories with a clear picture attached, so the tunnel version of events spreads faster than the complicated, boring truth ever could. The second ingredient is distrust. A lot of these theories take root because people have good reason to be skeptical of powerful institutions. History is full of real cover-ups, real abuses by people with money and status, and real cases where the truth came out only after years of denial. That history doesn't prove any specific new claim, but it does make the idea of a hidden network feel plausible before a single fact has been checked. Once trust in official explanations is low, almost any alternative story feels like it deserves consideration. Then there's the role of pattern recognition, or more precisely, our tendency to see patterns even where none exist. Two celebrities live near each other. A former employee worked for two famous people at different points in their career. On their own, these are just coincidences, the kind of overlap you'd expect in any small, connected industry. But strung together in a video with dramatic music, they start to feel like evidence. This is called apophenia, the human habit of finding meaningful connections in random or unrelated information. And it's one of the most powerful engines behind conspiracy culture. Community matters too. Following a theory as it develops isn't just about information, it's about belonging. Comment sections fill up with people trading theories, adding their own details, feeling like amateur investigators uncovering the truth together. That sense of participation is genuinely rewarding. It turns passive scrolling into something that feels active and important. And the more time and identity someone invests in a theory, the harder it becomes to let it go, even when it doesn't hold up. None of this happens in a vacuum. Recommendation algorithms are built to keep people watching, and few things keep people watching like an unresolved mystery involving famous names. A video that hints at hidden tunnels or secret networks doesn't need to prove anything to succeed. It just needs to be intriguing enough that the next video, and the one after that, feels necessary. Vague claims are actually an advantage here. Because they're never fully confirmed or denied, they can be revisited indefinitely, and each new development, real or rumored, gives the algorithm another reason to push it back into your feed. So where does that leave us as viewers? It's worth separating two different things: the human instinct to question power, which is healthy and often necessary, and the habit of accepting a compelling story simply because it's compelling. Real accountability, the kind that leads to actual court cases and actual consequences, comes from evidence, documentation, and due process, not from how dramatic a claim sounds or how many people are repeating it. The most responsible thing any of us can do with a story like this is hold it loosely. Stay curious, ask questions, but wait for verified facts before treating speculation as settled truth. Conspiracy theories aren't going anywhere. They tap into something very human: our need for stories to make sense, our discomfort with uncertainty, and our desire to feel like we're seeing what others miss. Understanding why these stories spread doesn't mean dismissing every unusual claim out of hand. It means learning to tell the difference between a genuinely serious allegation backed by evidence and a compelling narrative that simply feels true because of how it's told. If this kind of breakdown is useful to you, let me know in the comments what other online phenomena you'd like to see. After parties. Jaguar Wright has claimed Diddy's purchase of the property was anything but random. Some have argued it would make far more sense to move into a property where tunnels already existed than to build an entirely new network from scratch. According to that theory, these underground systems had existed beneath Beverly Hills long before Diddy was born. Supporters of that theory suggest maintaining such an extensive tunnel network would require secrecy involving multiple people, from property records to renovations and real estate transactions. They argue that access to such properties would have been tightly controlled. Others go even further, claiming ownership of these homes simply passed from one powerful figure to another over time. Again, these claims remain entirely speculative and have not been supported by public evidence. The discussion even drifted into the O.J. Simpson case, with some questioning why alleged tunnel networks never surfaced during that investigation. Others responded that many obvious leads were never fully explored, including claims involving individuals who worked on the property. The broader conversation then shifted toward Hollywood itself, with comparisons being made to other major scandals involving Harvey Weinstein, R. Kelly, and Jeffrey Epstein. Several public figures have also spoken about long-running rumors of underground tunnels beneath Hollywood, describing them as part of stories involving exclusive gatherings and hidden activities. Some have made even darker claims about what those tunnels were supposedly used for, though none of those allegations have been substantiated by public evidence. During one interview, a guest claimed Hollywood's underground tunnels were real, explaining that Los Angeles was built over older infrastructure. According to that account, the tunnels have existed for decades. The guest also claimed to have been invited into exclusive circles involving powerful individuals, but said they refused to participate, alleging they faced repeated attempts at coercion and blackmail. When discussing Diddy, the guest said they believed the allegations were darker than many people realized and argued that public perception changed dramatically after surveillance footage involving Cassie became public. Some commentators have even attempted to connect these rumors to Michael Jackson, pointing out that he once lived near the Playboy Mansion and suggesting he may have known about Hollywood's hidden culture. Others note that one of Diddy's former bodyguards previously worked for Jackson. However, there is no credible public evidence connecting those facts to Michael Jackson's death, and such claims remain speculative. The theories continued with claims about a supposed underground tunnel connecting Diddy's mansion to the home where Michael Jackson lived and later passed away. One version of the story alleges federal agents discovered a hidden passage beneath Diddy's bedroom after moving a rug during a search of the property. According to the rumor, children's clothing was allegedly found inside the tunnel. Authorities have never confirmed these claims, and no evidence has verified the existence of such a tunnel. In reality, Diddy and Michael Jackson were only occasionally seen together publicly. One notable appearance came during a 2003 MTV Video Music Awards party hosted by Diddy. Diddy later shared a humorous story about Michael unexpectedly arriving at the event and quietly asking him one simple question: "Where's Beyoncé?" He also expressed admiration for Michael in later interviews, saying he had hoped to collaborate with him, but their schedules never aligned. One documented connection between the two involved Diddy's longtime security chief, Fahim Muhammad, who previously worked as Michael Jackson's bodyguard and driver. Muhammad was reportedly among the first people present after Jackson's death and now faces allegations in a lawsuit involving Diddy. Those allegations remain unresolved. Michael Jackson died in Los Angeles on June 25, 2009, at age 50. His death was officially ruled the result of acute propofol intoxication, and his personal physician, Dr. Conrad Murray, was convicted of involuntary manslaughter. Jackson's life also included years of controversy surrounding child abuse allegations in both 1993 and 2005. Although he was acquitted in court and the FBI found no evidence supporting criminal charges, those accusations continued to follow him throughout his life. Taken together, these separate claims have led some online to argue that Diddy was part of a much larger hidden network involving powerful individuals. However, none of those theories have been substantiated by credible evidence. Attention has also focused on former employees and reported underground areas within Diddy's properties. One former worker, Ally Carter, shared allegations in a video that some viewers claim later disappeared online. The contents of that video have never been independently verified. In another interview, an individual made disturbing allegations involving ritualistic practices, human remains, blood, and animal sacrifices. They claimed victims remained silent because they believed no one would ever believe their stories and described years of manipulation and psychological control. These allegations remain unverified. During a recent appearance on Joe Rogan's podcast, guests discussed claims attempting to connect Diddy with Jeffrey Epstein and Harvey Weinstein. Those conversations fueled additional online speculation, but no credible public evidence has established that Diddy operated within any network involving either man. The discussion nevertheless became another chapter in the growing public conversation surrounding the allegations. A former attendee of one of Diddy's parties also spoke with TMZ, making serious allegations about what they claimed to have witnessed, including allegations involving minors. Those statements have attracted significant attention, but remain allegations that have not been proven in court. The individual described attending a 2018 party where they claimed to have seen little people dressed in elaborate costumes, while others attempted to conceal what was happening around them. When questioned about whether minors were involved, the witness stopped short of making a direct accusation, instead suggesting viewers draw their own conclusions. As multiple high-profile investigations have unfolded across Hollywood, reports indicate federal authorities have expanded their scrutiny to examine anyone who may have been connected to the allegations surrounding Diddy. No conclusions should be drawn while the legal process remains ongoing. Some legal analysts argue the federal investigation accelerated after authorities reviewed civil lawsuits filed by Cassie Ventura and producer Lil Rod. According to that theory, investigators believe those filings contained allegations suggesting potential criminal conduct, ultimately leading to the federal raids. Others argue the case extends beyond Diddy himself, pointing to broader federal investigations involving New York political figures during the same period. Additional discussion has centered on who may appear in videos allegedly recovered during the investigation, with commentators speculating that celebrity guests attended many of Diddy's events. Others suggested some gatherings may have been hosted primarily by his sons rather than by Diddy himself. Questions have also been raised about the trafficking charges, particularly regarding allegations that parties lasted for days and involved people traveling across state lines. Some commentators have further claimed victims were allegedly given drugs such as ecstasy to keep them compliant. Others note those claims would ultimately require witness testimony and supporting evidence in court rather than allegations alone. Legal observers have pointed out that prosecutors will need witnesses and corroborating evidence to prove many of the claims being made, while Diddy's legal team is expected to challenge allegations they believe rely heavily on circumstantial evidence. So what do you think? Could Meek Mill's recent comments change public perception of this case? Or is there still much more waiting to be uncovered? Share your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss an update. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.
Real life. Nigga, no Diddy gang, Meek Mill in real life. Don't ever disrespect me, you heard? That Meek, Meek. No f***ing way, Jimmy. Oh my god, bro. Are you kidding me? Come out here.
They just uncovered tunnels underneath his house.
Diddy's?
Yeah.
Is that true?
Yes.
Meek Mill, once rumored to be one of Diddy's closest confidants, has reportedly distanced himself from the music mogul. But that's not all. He also fueled speculation by referencing Diddy's alleged underground tunnels, which have become a major focus of investigations tied to the rapper's alleged freak-off parties. Adding even more intrigue, Diddy's Los Angeles mansion sits just minutes from the Playboy Mansion, a property long surrounded by stories of underground tunnels dating back decades. Coincidence? Many fans aren't so sure.
The tunnels from Diddy's house led to Hugh Hefner's house. That naked pool was down there long before Diddy was able to buy a home. It was Hugh Hefner's house where most of the offenses that the women accused Bill Cosby of took place. The Playboy Mansion. And everybody know Hugh Hefner was filming, had cameras in the wall. I don't know. Did anybody ever ask whether or not Bill Cosby had a freak-off tape? Next thing you know, his son is dying. Next thing you know, all kinds of weird things keep on happening. All of that fame, all of that success. If they really wanted to take him down with all of this, they should have did it in the late 80s or the early 90s.
Here's where the story takes another turn. The Los Angeles mansion tied to these rumors was listed for $61 million just days before Diddy's September 2024 arrest, sparking widespread speculation about the timing. Some online have questioned whether the sale was an attempt to offload assets before his legal troubles escalated. As people looked closer, they also noted that the property is located near the former Playboy Mansion and other celebrity homes, including Kylie Jenner's. That connection has revived old stories about the Playboy Mansion's alleged underground tunnels. Decades-old reports claimed the estate once had tunnels linking nearby properties, though those claims remain disputed despite renovation blueprints surfacing in the 2000s. With Diddy's mansion so close by, speculation continues, but so far, there is no public evidence linking his property to any such tunnel system.
And actually built tunnels that connected the Playboy Mansion to the homes of these movie stars back in the 70s. These were discovered recently in a vault at the Playboy Mansion. John, this is not a joke. These are real blueprints. If you zoom in on the blue, now, okay, what we have here is on one side of it, there's the Playboy Mansion. On the other side of it, there's Warren Beatty's house. And they've constructed a blueprint for a tunnel to connect the two of them. Now, Jack Nicholson was Warren Beatty's neighbor, so he had his own little offshoot, and James Caan, so he lived off in the other direction. The blueprints actually have their names on them. Northbound tunnel to Mr. J. Nicholson residence.
Oh my gosh. Wow. So, I mean, was it like you move into the neighborhood and the homeowners association says like, hey, and by the way, we'll build you a tunnel directly to the Playboy Mansion?
Do you think, I mean, these guys were having the party of their lives. These tunnels, now, the reason that this was come across is that Playboy, the publishers of Playboy now, were researching an article about the 70th birthday, or an article about the history of Playboy and the history of Hugh Hefner, and they were going through old photos, and they found some photos of construction happening that were these tunnels, and they went to ask the current general manager of the Playboy Mansion, and this is what they said. Playboy.com published this. We asked the new general manager at the mansion about these photos. He said, very matter-of-factly, that's probably when they built the tunnels in the 70s. So they were like, what tunnels? What are you talking about, tunnels? There's these photos of the construction on these tunnels. And so they went to investigate further, and they found in a vault in the basement area of the Playboy Mansion a bunch of blueprints. And this is where they discovered the actual blueprints of these tunnels, which were built. And apparently the tunnels were active until the late 80s when Hefner got married. And then the wife was like, Jack's not coming over. They covered up the holes.
Well, imagine what an active tunnel to the Playboy Mansion would look like.
I can't imagine what was going on in those times. Can you imagine?
So what happened? Did they close them down? Were they sealed off?
They sealed them up. They covered them up in 1985.
Adding to the speculation, some reports have claimed that Diddy's Los Angeles mansion includes underground passageways accessible from the pool area. Following the March 2024 federal raids on the property, media outlets, including Fox News, discussed those reported features. However, the purpose of any such passageways has not been publicly confirmed, and no evidence has established a connection between them and the allegations against Diddy.
Guys, they found underground tunnels at Diddy's homes. This was first brought up by Shadow of Ezra, where he talked about the underground tunnels in Diddy's luxurious Los Angeles mansion. It was an underwater swimming tunnel leading to a mysterious grotto, reminiscent of an ancient and modern human use of caves. Now, this is all alleged, of course, but they say that this tunnel connects to the Playboy Mansion. You guys remember that? Hugh Hefner, the guy who lived with all those women in his mansion? There's no available evidence right now. However, reports are noting that Combs mansions do have a pool with an underwater swimming tunnel. They say it's not connected to the Playboy Mansion, but there is a reason why the Playboy Mansion keeps coming up. 10 years ago, they were building underground tunnels to the Playboy Mansion for people like Jack Nicholson for his birthday. So this way, they don't have to go through the outside, but go underground in secret to the Playboy Mansion to do God knows what. You can see the sketches here of these underground tunnels being built. They were working on it, and it was supposed to connect celebrities like Jack Nicholson, Warren Beatty, Michael Jackson, just to name a few. As reported by People magazine, these underground tunnels to the Playboy Mansion were sealed off in the 1980s. The question is, do you believe that?
What makes this